How's it going, everyone? As always, God bless you and thank you for being here. I'm Gage and this is Candy Coral Aquatics. So I wasn't able to pump out a video on Thursday. I do apologize. I was busy with family stuff. So today I want to talk to you guys about what I'm doing now for filtration. If you guys remember in my previous videos, I had a dual hang on the back carbon filter, which I had carbon pads in, some poly pads, and then I was also using a mesh bag that had pure gen in it and another one that had a different type of carbon in it. Then I was also running a Fosband reactor, which I was using the Fosguard media. So what I've done is I've replaced all that with the Fluval 307 canister filter. Now, before everybody gets all meh about stuff, I know that they say a lot of bad things about canister filters, but I want you guys to think about this logically for a second, okay? And I'll be honest with you, if I have a bad experience, I have a bad experience. But think about this logically. What is the difference between a canister filter and a sump? The only difference that, in my mind that I can see is one is high pressure water flow and the other one is low pressure water flow. So in a sump, you have a pump, or it's usually done by gravity or however you do it, where it's trickling water, cascading water down into your sump, goes through some filter socks. There's a pump in there that's pumping it back into your display tank. And then you've got media bags, a protein skimmer, whatever else in there. So this has just got a pump that's siphoning water. It's sucking water from the display tank down inside. It's got multiple layers of filtration, which I'll go over with you guys in a minute, and then it just pushes it back into the tank. So one's high pressure, one is low pressure, but they all really do the same thing. So let's go over to the tank for a second here. Now you can see how much better this looks. Like, I've got a lot more space up top now. We got rid of that dual filter. We got rid of that Fosband reactor. And I actually put the media for those inside of this canister filter. Canister filter is here down below. Just open this up. And there it is right there. So it doesn't take up very much space. I can still fit everything in here like I did before. This canister filter is rated for 75 gallons. This is a 60-gallon tank, so that should be more than enough. Let's go over the filtration. So if we flip this over on the back here, here's kind of what the inside looks like. It's not really clear like this. It's actually got these different layers. Where's it at? I think it's on this side. Yeah, it's got these different layers for your media, or sections for your media. So there's actually a tray that you pull out, and it's really 3 trays in one. And then you've got 2 bumpy foam blue pads here as a mean of filtration, mechanical filtration. And then you've got 2 coarse white pads here. The first tray on one side, I've got carbon, all right, in a bag. There's 2 bags of carbon. Then on this side, I've got a mixed bag of Pure Gen and Fosguard together. Then underneath here is the ceramic bio little kind of rock things, pellets, if you will, look like this. It's like putting live rock in a sump, okay, to help with the biological bacteria. And then the last tray is another filter pad. There's 2 more filter pads down in there. So that's what the filtration looks like. So if we want to compare this to a sump, you've got filter socks. Okay, well, that's kind of what these do. You've got live rock. Well, that's what those little bio rock cubes do. And then you've got media. Well, I already showed you where the media and the tray goes. So this really does the same exact thing. I don't have to drill my tank. I don't have to buy expensive overflows. I don't have to buy expensive sumps. This costs $170. You might spend a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on where you go. A sump alone is like $200, $300, $400, sometimes even more than that, depending on what you're going for. Then you got to buy the pumps. You got to buy the plumbing equipment. You got to buy the overflow. You're talking hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Okay, this was not even $200. It does the same thing as a sump. Is the maintenance on it a little bit more? Maybe. We'll find out. But people give canister filters a bad name because they say that they will just pollute your tank. Well, here's my thinking on this, okay? My air conditioner just kicked in, so hopefully you guys can still hear me okay. Here's my thought process on this. If you're not changing your filter pads or your filter socks inside of your sump, well, those will collect food and detritus and whatever else waste from your aquarium. It will naturally break down, pollute the sump water, and then that sump water gets kicked right back into your aquarium, which pollutes the aquarium. This will do the same exact thing if you're not changing your pads. But if you're maintaining proper husbandry and cleaning things out and replacing pads and chemical media as need be, this should operate the same way as a sump. If anybody wants to argue that with me, feel free. But that's, one's high pressure water flow, one is low pressure water flow. That's the only difference, okay? So I will let you guys know if I have a bad experience. I had a bad experience setting this up. There's a rubber gasket that comes with this that goes in the lid. And I was actually watching a video on YouTube from Fluvol on how to set this up, and they never went over installing the gasket. So I had mine all set up, cut and everything. It was placed in the bottom. I turned it on and I had about 3.5 gallons of water on the floor in a matter of seconds. So make sure that you put that rubber gasket in there. That was my stupidity. I wasn't paying attention. So other than that, I have thus far, it's been on my tank for 2 days. I have thus far had no complications, and I hope that I don't. I will keep you guys posted. Right now, the tank is nice and clear. It's filtering just like it should be. I mean, here's where it takes water in, here's where it spits it back out. It's allowed me to open up all of this area right here while still maintaining the same type of filter media, so nothing else has changed. And then I've just got my protein skimmer. So I'm happy with the way that it looks. I'm happy with like that outcome so far, saving the space. Oh yeah, I did add a couple more rock flower anemones. I don't have a filter, so you can't really see it that well. I guess I got the blues on blast, but there's one there, and then there's actually another one up top right there. So those are the newest coral that I added. And then I have a bubble algae outbreak. Like, check out how bad that is. So I mean, my tank's not perfect either, you guys. It's kind of gross right now. But I got 2 emerald crabs in there. You know what my problem is? I'll admit it, I don't have a cleanup crew. I do not have a cleanup crew. I have like 4 snails in here, and that is it. So I just put 2 emerald crabs in there, and I'm actually gonna hop on Live Aquaria and get a whole bunch of cleanup crew because my sand's getting a little bit dirty. I mean, it's not terrible, but I do have algae in here. So, I mean, everybody does. If you don't have a cleanup crew, you're gonna get algae. I mean, I even keep my phosphates pretty low, and I still get algae. You know, that's just part of it. But anyways, just wanted to share that with you guys. So that's what I'm doing for filtration now. I will keep you guys updated. If anybody has any questions about the canister filters or my, you know, kind of particular one that I bought, or, you know, any questions for me while I was setting it up, or anything that I noticed or am going to be doing with it, please feel free to leave me a comment down below, and I'll do my best to explain it and answer it as quickly as possible. I'm usually very, very good about answering questions. I get back to people very quickly. So, all right, guys, take care and God bless. Bye.